Wow. So many things have just happened. So much to talk to about, Rohan?
I totally agree. It seems that everyone has been fully absorbed by the bhajans, myself included, of course. There's always something special about bhajans. I end up feeling so positive after singing it.
Definitely. I feel so magical when singing bhajans. It feels like I've been transported to a different dimension. All my worries seem to be thrown out of the window, and I'm only focusing on what's happening right here and right now. Swami has always encouraged us to continue practice singing bhajans because it not only raises our spirits, but it also fills our mind with positive thoughts. Being an SSC student for so long, I can totally relate.
Wow, Naren. Well, we can't forget about the Vedam chanting session earlier. I was truly amazed by it.
Well, actually, what's so special about Vedam chanting? Isn't it like old school rapping?
No. Actually, Vedam chanting is the recitation of sacred Vedic verses and hymns. These ancient texts hold the wisdom of our ancestors and are a source of spiritual growth and knowledge.
Oh, I see. So informative, Rohan? Well, in that case, let's give another huge round of applause to the members who led the Vedam chanting and bhajans.
Swami has always said that these practices could benefit us and raise our spirits.
Do you know what else will lift our spirits? A speech by the internationally proclaimed speaker and inspiration to many, Professor Dr Suresh Govind, who will be sharing his insightful hopes and dreams for Swami's mission.
Oh yes, Uncle Suresh, as we fondly call him, is a member of the Prashanti Council. He is also the honorary senior professor in the Department of Parasitology and the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Malaya. His arduous efforts have earned him more than 20 national and international awards of excellence.
Uncle Suresh was also the former president of the Sathya Sai International Organization of Malaysia. In addition, he has also authored an astounding 7 books on the teachings of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
And most importantly, his speeches always leave us in a fit of laughter. No pressure, Uncle Suresh. Let's give him a round of applause as we welcome Prof Dr Suresh Govind to the stage.
Respected elders, beloved brothers and sisters, by the infinite grace, love and compassion of Bhagavan Baba, we are all here celebrating Bhagavan Baba's birthday. This hall is actually very nostalgic because in the late 80s and the middle of 90s, this is the place where all the centers would usually gather for Baba's birthday celebrations. And we have come back again. It looks like a National Sai convention from this point. Beautifully, the few centers have come together to organize this in this manner. I'm supposed to give Swami's message. So Baba's message is really, what is the best message? Because you see, birthdays will come and birthdays will go. Today is 98th birthday, next year will be 99, and 2 years' time will be 100th birthday. Then you'll have 110th, 115, 125, you'll keep on going. So birthdays will come and go. But the key point here is that for every birthday, it should be like a milestone. How much have we improved? What better versions of ourselves that we should create? This is what we should try and do, especially as Swami's devotees. Swami said, your most important thing is nearness and dearness. You must be near to me, but you also must be dear to me. So there are people in Prashanti Nilayam, Puttaparthi, physically we can be close. That is nearness. But Baba said, more important than nearness is the dearness. And then Swami asked, well, how Baba, how can we become dear? Baba said, of all the virtues, this is a very important point to note, of all the virtues that you can have, the best virtue to have is forbearance. Very powerful. Forbearance is the best virtue to have. Swami said that. Why would Baba place so much importance on forbearance? Is because in our own homes and problems and so on, there are so many issues that comes to us. Problems don't come to us one by one. It comes collectively like that. it just sort of overwhelms us. And today's world, if you look at the newspapers, the TV and so on, there are so much of conflict and there's so much of issues and so many problems. So all this overwhelms us. So the point of story is that how do you deal with this? There's only one quality that one must have. And Baba said, you must have forbearance. Because in this quality when you have, then you will have the ability to have restraint. You will have the ability to forgive. There are lots of people who keep a lot of things in the heart and do not know how to forgive. It's very interesting. They keep it inside their heart 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Oh, Suresh, you don't know what they have done to me. In that day, 1980s, one incident happened. You remember that and you keep on carrying it like a grudge. But what Baba is saying is that the most important quality to have is forbearance, ability to forgive, ability to make sure that you have the ability to restrain, ability to have sense control. Look at this. The third point here is that all the Swamijis, all the saints and the sages went through a lot of tests on forbearance. A lot of suffering took place. A lot of endurance took place. So the key quality of a spiritualist should be endurance. Why am I mentioning about forbearance, endurance and all that? You will realize this 1 hour later. You will know why this is all happening and why am I telling you to you as a prelude. So dear devotees, Bhagavan Baba's clear message is that we have to now look at us. We cannot no longer continue, we cannot be check-in devotees. Check-in devotees means, I'm wearing white and white, check-in. Vibhuti, okay. Thursday bhajan, okay. Sunday 4-hour seva, okay. Check-in, 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 check-in. I'm a Baba devotee. I myself put the claim onto me. Like people go to church, we just check in the devotees. But what is critical is that you must find out that when you have finished your life and you go up there, apparently there's an immigration counter. Then they ask you for this card. So you bring this card and you give this card to them and they will look at the card and you will say, yes, I'm a devotee. So I checked. Then apparently they issue another card. And in that card, it's clearly stated, as a result of our involvement, how much pain, how much capacity to endure. Are you the person who always complains? Are you the people who controls anger? Are you able to forgive people easily? Is there a clarity of vision? Is there a commitment? These are the questions that becomes the hallmark of a spiritualist. That is why this is a difference. That's why when you come to this gym, you must know that the muscles must develop. Otherwise, you can go to the gym and do the puja in the gym. Om treadmill hai namaha, om treadmill hai namaha. You keep on doing this and suddenly find out why is it your leg muscles are not developed, because we are not actually walking on the treadmill. So the whole exercise is that to really participate and be committed. Especially after COVID, complacency has slowly set in and we always feel a bit lethargic or feel complacent even to go to centers or even to participate. To organize this event, the organizers took a lot of pain. That is for sure. You can ask everybody. They took a lot of rehearsals, lot of pain. Parents have to bring children for these rehearsals and they will be asking, oh, you have to go for the rehearsal. And you cannot complain also because you're a side devotee. But anyhow, you bring the children here and make them participate. That's called endurance, forbearance. You bear it. You come to here together. Like that, when all of us came together like this in this manner, what is the objective? The objective is that we want to give these children an experience, which is what we had when we were youngsters and when we were youth. The elders organized all this for us and we just participated and we have in our hearts memories for us to recall. But if we do not do these things, they will not have memory, they will not interact with other children from other centers, and they will live in that own isolated spot, which perhaps gives them very narrow view. So these all are educational opportunities for the expansion of consciousness and for us to understand and intermingle with each other and come together, because Baba said the end result of spirituality is oneness. So this oneness is what the centers. Today, there are 4 or 5 centers have come together, but I think so. Next year, there may be more. And in time, maybe for 100th birthday, Sugu is here also. Probably 100th birthday, this hall may be too small. We may need to choose a stadium or something of that nature when large numbers of people will come, participate, sing, and participate in all the other activities that we go. So dear brothers and sisters, There's a lot of programs that they have outlined. I do not wish to take time, but the key message is that forbearance, endurance, persistence. We now need to develop those qualities in large numbers, because then you will find your mind will be, despite all the problems, you'll find that the mind should be same. Baba said, Sathya Sai, Swami said about himself, Sathya Sai has got many, but two important virtues, Baba said, is equanimity and forbearance. Equanimity means in whatever situation, you remain calm, you are not affected. So we need to develop our mind to this level so that our meditation becomes more intense, our tapas becomes more sincere, and our progression becomes more vivid, so that we become closer and closer and closer to Swami. This is what we should do. That is what dearness is all about, how we must develop that dearness. So the whole point is, now the classic example, and I'll finish with this example. When Sri Rama was there, all the other monkeys also was there, and they kept saying, "Oh Rama, you're great, oh Rama, you're powerful, you're Rama," and we can keep on putting flowers. But it is only one who asked, "What is it you want?" And he said, "I want you to go and give this ring to Sita." So he was focused on Sri Rama's mission. The point here is that he focused on Sri Rama's mission, jumped across all the hurdles, and gave that ring to Sita, and came back. And he didn't come back. He went and inquired and found out the whole terrain, because he knows the master is going to come after this, and he will definitely be making that attack. So he went and found out all these things and came back, meaning to say he understood what the teacher wants. He understood what he wants, and he wants to live for him. As a result of that, when you continuously want to live for Bhagavan, finally he tore his body, his chest, and there was Sri Rama there. Which means to say, I and he are one and the same, which is what the spiritual oneness which we spoke about. In the same way, today, Swami's birthday, you must easily condemn, Swami, the days are coming. What can I do for you? How can I be close to you? How can I be dear to you? What are the things that I should be doing in order for my expansion of consciousness? What is it you want, oh Lord? Oh Lord Bhagavan, what is it you want? This flower? That flower is not even mine. It is grown on a tree. And that too, sun is not yours, rain is not yours, all is his. You just plucked the flower and you gave it to him. So what else is there? There's nothing that you can possibly give him. But there is one thing, Swami said, there is one thing that you can do. What is it? Be anchored with me. How do you anchor with me? Baba said in his letter, he said, I have come for one purpose. What is my purpose? My purpose is to spread Ananda to everybody. So from this moment, when you get up from this chair and you take a vow, oh Lord, from this moment onwards, I will never be sad. I will not be disappointed. Because you said you came here for Ananda, my life will be filled with Ananda, and I will spread Ananda to everybody. Then we are fulfilling his mission. So Baba said, he's come for three statements. He said, I've come here to spread Ananda. Then he said, I've come here to correct those who have gone away from the path of goodness. Then if I also participate in human value programs and teach people, I'm also part of his mission. Then Baba said, I'm here to elevate the sufferings of the poor. Then if I also participate in service programs, I'm part of his mission. So dear brothers and sisters, there is an easy way. No need to remember all the things. As long as we attend to him and anchor to his 3 mission statements and live our life every day, we have a chance to redeem our life and finally merge back to him and say, Baba, you gave us a beautiful life, you gave us a beautiful country, you gave us a beautiful place. Using all these opportunities, I can now come back to you, and therefore I and you become one and the same. So this realization must become very intrinsic on this day. Otherwise, there's no birthday, you can cut the cake, you can do everything. But this is the real birth of a consciousness that must now spring in our hearts, because we have come for a certain purpose. We should not mistake this. By the time we finish our life, we should redeem our life and realize. In Aitareya Upanishad, there's one statement, it seems, when one person is having happiness, and he's married, he's got children, he's got work, he's got everything else, assuming that that happiness is one, multiply that by 10 to the power of 18 is quintillon. That means to say, when we achieve bliss and highest state of happiness, that happiness is equivalent to 10 to the power of 18, quintillon happiness, which means that's a huge state of bliss that we should now go for. Why not we try? One thing that you can do is every Tuesday, we have at 8:30, we have a Zoom session. We have a Zoom session where all the devotees in the zone comes for the study circle. If you're free, we can send those links to you. Participate in the study circle, deepen our knowledge, deepen our conviction, and make our lives pure and good and worthy for Swami to finally receive us in our final life. With these few words, I'd like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity and really pray to Bhagavan that he blesses all of us and make sure that he make this inspiration continue and give us opportunity to do more and more and more so that our lives gets redeemed. Sai Ram, thank you, sir.